Twitch was blackmailed. He was on Diddy tapes.
Ellen, were you surprised by the allegations about P. Diddy? Did that surprise you about P. Diddy? He's been on your show many times.
I just wanted to say the past 11 days have been really tough for everyone. But to honor Twitch, I think the best thing that we can do is to laugh and hug each other, play games.
The latest scandal involving Diddy is shaking up Hollywood, and it's turning heads like never before. The streets are buzzing, and people are questioning everything they thought they knew about the entertainment mogul. This isn't just another rumor. It's a bombshell that could change the game entirely. Leaked videos are hitting the internet faster than a Taylor Swift breakup anthem, and the public is scrambling to piece together what's real and what's been hidden for so long. The whispers are growing louder, and the accusations against Diddy have taken a dangerous turn, with some suggesting he's been involved in trying to blackmail certain individuals. As this story continues to unfold, it's clear that Hollywood's glittering surface is hiding a much darker reality. Stay tuned, because the tea that's spilling right now is unlike anything we've seen before.
He was on Diddy tapes. I ain't saying this is true. I'm just trying to see what they have to say. But we all know the connection with Ellen and Diddy. We all know that they were tight. He had been on her show many times. So nothing would surprise me. But
girl, let me spill the tea on the day the music industry came to a screeching halt. Picture this. Diddy, the kingpin of his empire, usually cool and composed, but something was off. He was sweating like he'd just run a marathon. Now, Hollywood is no stranger to drama, but what was happening with Diddy this time was bigger than anything we'd seen before. Whispers were spreading about blackmail, secret videos, and Diddy being involved in some seriously shady business. And then the truth came out. Diddy tried to pull a fast one on our boy, Twitch. Yes, the same Twitch we all know from Ellen's show. The one with the moves and the $1 million smile. It turns out, Diddy thought he could leverage dirt on Twitch, believing it was worth more than all the treasure in his mansion. That's right, Diddy was trying to blackmail Twitch, and nobody saw it coming. Now, if you've been paying attention, Diddy's been acting real shady lately, canceling appearances, avoiding interviews, and looking like he's starring in a spy movie, always checking over his shoulder. Remember when he showed up to the BET Awards looking like he'd seen a ghost? Yeah, now we know why. He was probably terrified that his blackmail scheme would blow up in his face. But here's the $1 million question. What could Twitch possibly know that had Diddy so shook? Twitch has always been the golden boy of dance, spreading joy faster than a TikTok challenge. But maybe, just maybe, he has a secret darker than Diddy's sunglasses collection. The mystery is thickening. Honey, stay tuned because the next chapter in the saga is about to get real juicy.
Let's jump right into it.
Yo, Ellen, we go so far back. Don't tell these people how far back we go.
I know, but I wear t-shirts. I don't know what that means. Anyway, all right, let's...
I mean...
Do all that.
Okay.
All right.
I got to take two of the joke didn't work.
No, it's okay.
I don't want no problems.
No, it's okay.
Let me tell you about the video that's got the whole internet in stitches. Honey. It starts off innocently enough. Diddy in his home studio, acting like he's about to drop the hottest track of 2023. But then, suddenly, it takes a turn. He starts talking about Twitch, and that's when the vibe shifts. You know that I know what you did last summer feeling kicks in. Diddy's acting cocky, thinking he's about to mastermind the biggest Hollywood scandal. But little did he know, this video is only the beginning of his downfall. As the video unfolds, Diddy starts making mistakes, dropping dates, locations, and other details that only someone deeply involved in the mess would know. It's like watching a car accident in slow motion, and you can't look away. The worst part? Diddy thought he was playing chess, but he didn't realize he was about to checkmate himself. It's almost like he was talking to a ghost, trying to threaten someone who wasn't even there. You can't even see Diddy in the video, but you can feel his presence, like the tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. And trust me, the look in his eyes isn't that confident swagger we're used to seeing from him. Nope, this is a man who's shaking in his boots, terrified that his empire is about to crumble faster than a sandcastle in a hurricane. But wait, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Don't get too comfortable, because this story's got more twists than a pretzel factory. The next chapter of this scandal will have you clutching your pearls and calling your mama honey. If you thought this was juicy, you haven't seen anything yet. Stay tuned, because it's only getting started.
Like you know, when he passed away, that immediately was coming out. They were already saying that Ellen had something. That's what they were saying that came out. Not too much of Diddy, but Ellen. So again, take these videos with a grain of salt, but I ain't gonna be boo-boo the fool and think that this stuff can't exist.
That's a go. Like what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party. No, it'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, you know, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And then it will carry on there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then the after party.
Mm-hmm. No, I know about that. What time do you stay up till?
I stay up till like maybe 6 in the morning. I'm back up at like 10:30, 11.
6 in the morning? What do you do every night till 6 in the morning? You don't go to clubs every night.
No, I make love a lot.
That's my favorite answer ever.
I told you when I came on the show I was going to be completely honest and expose myself to the world.
Yo.
Remember how I said we barely scratched the surface? Well, grab your popcorn and settle in, because we're about to spill some steaming hot tea about Twitch that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about him. Twitch, the most popular dancer on TV, the one who lit up the stage on So You Think You Can Dance. You all thought you knew him, right? The guy with the $1 million smile and moves smoother than butter on a hot biscuit. Seriously, he could win over anyone, and let's not forget about his perfect spouse game. Twitch was the guy who could make your grandma wanna bust a move. He was sunshine in human form, spreading joy faster than gossip in a hair salon. But here's the twist. Behind that megawatt smile, there was a storm brewing that nobody saw coming. The streets are talking, and they're saying Twitch was sitting on a secret so big it could bring down the Hollywood sign itself. We're talking about tea so hot it could rewrite everything we thought we knew about our favorite dancer. Now, I can't say for sure what the secret is, but let me give you an idea. Diddy? Oh, he was after something juicy. Something so explosive that it would make even the most unshockable publicists in LA drop their phones. Whatever it is, it's clear that the stakes are higher than anyone imagined.
They were a lot of people were trying to ask, like, is there a time limit on when you're supposed to move on? Because Allison, you know, is his wife. She's dating someone right now. So a lot of people are saying they think it's too soon. People saying let her live her life. That's completely up to her. If she feels like she's ready to move on, but I know for me it would be extremely hard to like open myself up to someone being that I've been with my wife for so long. It's like you hope these things are true, man, because it gets really, really, really dark.
This celebrity drama is far from your typical Hollywood gossip, chilly. If what people are saying about Diddy and Twitch is true, it could shake things up faster than a costume change on Dancing with the Stars. We're talking about the kind of revelation that could flip Twitch's career on its head, and possibly the entire industry along with it. Now, you might be wondering, why would Diddy risk everything for this? Well, in Hollywood, information is power. If Diddy really believed he had the ultimate trump card, he probably thought he could use it to gain control of more than just the music scene. Maybe he was trying to secure his hold on Hollywood's upper echelons. Or maybe he was afraid this secret would come back to haunt him one day. But here's where it gets interesting. When Twitch allegedly learned about Diddy's blackmail scheme, he didn't just cower in fear. No, honey, Sources close to Twitch claim that he wasn't about to let Diddy treat him like a puppet on national TV. Instead of backing down, Twitch hit back faster than you can say *5678*. This wasn't just any clap back. This was the kind of response that makes you want to get up and give a slow clap. Twitch wasn't about to let anyone, not even the mighty king of Bad Boy Records, push him around. When the heat turned up, he didn't just dance. He set the whole stage on fire. Allegedly, Twitch told Diddy to take his threats and shove them where the sun doesn't shine. No one was going to control him, not even a Hollywood mogul like Diddy. The next chapter of this drama, trust me, it's about to get even more fiery.
They saw what he did to Cass. With the kicking, the punching. They saw what they did to Cass. They know that nobody in America like that. So now, these people are represented by a brand. Whether it's something about the music, clothing, movies, they're not gonna come out and speak on nothing that has anything to do with them. And they praying that they not on the tape doing crazy stuff, being oiled up in the whole 9 yards. They praying. So until the feds say, hey, yo, listen here. We got you on, hey, buddy, we got you on this tape, and girl looked like she was pretty young. We're not gonna show it, but we need you to come and testify against Brother Love, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, you know, Sean Combs. That's when they're gonna start talking. And they're not gonna be talking in his favor. When the feds come to them and show them what they got on tape, because if he had 250 tapes all over, 250 cameras all over the house, somebody got caught spilling a cookie out the cookie jar. It could be your favorite pastor. It could be your favorite politician. But they didn't think they was being watched. And Brother Love was watching.
Yeah, I mean, TD Jakes, he haven't even came out and said anything. And him and Diddy was real cool.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, man. And I know the people in the congregation over there is shaking in their boots because this man then led them allegedly probably led them to damnation, because those people's hearts are gonna be broken if that man is seen on those tapes doing anything. Because people always put their faith in the pastor instead of putting their faith in God. And what they need to do is understand that he's just a man. And he has a history. It's not looking too good for him.
So you feel like celebs are worried that they might not be?
Oh, they know. That's why they ain't speaking up or saying nothing. Yeah, I was at the Diddy party, but I know I ain't do nothing. When you don't know somebody's taping you, when you don't know that somebody is videoing you in some kind of form or fashion, you got that alcohol, you got the drugs in you, they're a little loose, bro. They let down all their inhibitions. The music is pumping. He said it himself. He got it so hot in there that you gotta take your clothes off. He said that himself, bro. So a lot of them, like what was what he said? I think a lot of them was being swallowed. Have you ever been swallowed? They tell off on themselves all the time, man. You just gotta listen.
But why do you think Diddy had all them Diddy cameras?
Bro, when you that powerful, you didn't get that powerful without having 1 or 2 or maybe 3 ups on somebody. Diddy always been the type of individual that wanted to have ups on the next person no matter what they was doing. Like, he always played artists against each other. He did it to Big, he did it to Craig Mack. You understand? I said before, he did the stuff to Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying, so had the ups on Ja Rule so he could go after Jay-Z. You understand what I'm saying? So he always played those kind of up games on people. So to have those cameras and know what he was doing, it's gonna give him the ups on everybody who came to that party. Even your favorite basketball player. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. We know who said that. We may be one of the persons who got caught up in the Diddy party.
LeBron said that, but yeah, you might be right. You know, it sounds like he had all them hidden cameras and music.
I think that was said in the indictment, right? That was said in the indictment. You know, somebody, I think Dawn may have said that. I don't know for sure, and correct me if I'm wrong. He would, even if you didn't want to do something, he would tell an individual, well, I got you on tape doing it before. And the person would feel pressured in having to do something or come and do something at the party or be at the party because he already had him on tape right then and there. But what you think when you do it the second time? He's still gonna have you on tape. Those tapes is the one who's killing, because people don't understand this. Little Rob, he's taping for Diddy in some occasion. When he wrote his indictment up, when he wrote his, when his lawyer wrote up his briefs and submitted it, he must have had he must have been a prosecutor somewhere or something like that, because he wrote it up like it was an indictment. You understand? Saying all the stuff that had happened. Then, people don't understand this. After he wrote it up and he had the tapes and everything, they sent that to the feds. The feds opened up a case on that. Everybody think it's happened. Oh, the feds looked at Cassie getting beaten, and then they just opened up a case. Nah. I think it was more so Lil Rob and them sending the feds that information. They put in a civil suit, then sent the other stuff over to the feds, and it read like an indictment. So they had to look at it because they see some crimes that was committed in that. And lo and behold, they do a raid on the house. So, to get back to your question, all the footage and everything that they have is going to either help them get some more people or get enough people just to hang Diddy.
Hold on tight, because what's about to unfold in Hollywood is the kind of scandal that makes the OJ trial look like a parking ticket. Picture this. Just another Tuesday in Tinseltown, with the usual suspects sipping their green juices and snapping pics in the sun. Then, BAM. A video drops on social media faster than you can say viral, and it's making Real Housewives fights look like child's play. The footage has Diddy looking as shaken as a worm on a hook, and let me tell you, it's not pretty. Rumors are flying faster than Coachella tickets selling out, and people can barely breathe as they speculate about what could be in this video. Let's just say, it's that explosive. The tension in the video is so thick you could cut it with a knife, and the reactions? Hotter than fresh Popeyes biscuits on a Sunday morning. As Diddy tries to play it cool, claiming everything is a huge mistake, the fire only burns hotter. Twitch's squad is doing their best to calm things down, but the streets are wild. Fans are split down the middle, with some ready to burn Diddy at the stake and others sticking by him. debating whether it's all true or just more drama. But here's where it gets interesting. Celebrities, being the social media warriors they are, start picking sides faster than you can blink. Cryptic Instagram posts, shady comments, and suddenly everyone forgot they ever hung out with Diddy or interacted with him on Twitter. It's like watching a high school cafeteria fight, but with Gucci shoes and private jets involved. This whole thing has the potential to turn Hollywood upside down, and we're just getting started. It's a mess, and everyone's wondering who's going to come out clean, and who's going to be left with the mud on their face.
He's basically trying to silence us all, saying, nope, 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 no more lawyers or victims can speak forward. Is this legal? Is this actually something that could happen?
Well, I don't think it's going to work. What he's ultimately saying is that he has a right to a fair trial, which would include an impartial jury. And by the time this thing goes to trial next year, will they be able to find anyone to serve on that jury who does not already have formed opinions negatively about Diddy based on all this press coverage? So that's what he's arguing, and he's saying, hey, this needs to stop so that jurors can come in who don't already have preconceived notions of his guilt. The problem is that these statements are not being made by the prosecutor. The court certainly has authority over the parties and their lawyers to tell them to stop speaking or limit their speech, more accurately, leading up to a trial if it would result in an unfair trial occurring. But here, this letter that Diddy's lawyers are filing are directed towards the media, which there is no way that a U.S. court can tell the media not to report on something. There's maybe one national security exception that's been recognized many, many years ago, and even that's in question. So you can't tell the media stop reporting. That's the silliness that's what I'm saying.
The theories are flying faster than a Hollywood gossip session after the video leak. Who's the mastermind behind it? Was it an ex-boyfriend with a score to settle, a disgruntled worker who couldn't take it anymore, or perhaps an inside job by someone in Diddy's own circle who is ready to see everything crash down? The rumors are thick, and the stakes are higher than ever. The reputations that took decades to build are crumbling faster than a sandcastle in a tsunami, and careers are hanging on by the thinnest of threads, like a model's patience at an all-you-can-eat buffet. As if this drama wasn't enough, things take an even juicier turn. Just when the world thought they had it all figured out, like a plot twist straight out of Lemonade, some tech-savvy sleuths start questioning the video's validity. Could it have been AI generated? Yes, you heard that right, AI. In a world where even our own eyes can't be trusted anymore, the lines between real and fake are becoming blurrier than ever. But hold on to your wigs, because just when you think you've heard it all, another bombshell is coming that will make everything we've discussed seem like child's play. The next round of tea is not just hot, it's nuclear. You won't believe what's about to go down next in this insane Hollywood roller coaster. Stay tuned, because it's about to get even wilder.
Other people who have identified themselves as victims and have sued are not necessarily even part of the indictment. We're not clear on that because the indictment does not name the victims, and we've seen all these people that have come up with the Busby lawsuits, and we're not sure that any of the people who are suing and whose lawyers are making statements in the press or even named or will be victims in the criminal case. So, the fact that there's a lot of people out there saying things could be just the result of the fact that he harmed a lot of people, and he just needs to be accountable for that, and he really can't stop them from speaking.
So it's interesting because as we go through these letters and exhibits, they really have been trying everything, but they make a point. There's a section in this Daily Beast article that is interesting because this lawyer, Ariel, is saying her research says that the baby oil could be used as a conduit for the GHB, etc. Now, there previously had been a back and forth between the feds and Diddy's legal team saying you guys can't actually keep talking to the press. They were trying to claim that the feds were racist was one claim, right? They were both going back, sort of sharing examples that neither of them should be talking, and the judge said, you're correct, stop talking. Does that include all these lawyers of all these other extra suits, or this is just the Fed case? Like, does this not fall into the same sort of problem that the feds faced when Diddy's lawyers presented it in court, and that, yeah, these lawyers should stop trying to trial it in the public. They need to wait till the case happens. How does that work?
So there's two parties to the criminal case. It's the United States of America versus Sean Combs. Those are the two parties, and each party is represented by counsel. So the federal court has authority over the U.S. government and its counsel, and over Sean Combs and his counsel, to saying, hey, here's some restrictions on pretrial statements to the media. So that's possible. But here, the statements that he's complaining about in this letter, or his attorney's complaining about in the letter, are not statements by the government. These are statements by Attorney Busby, who's a civil attorney who is in no way connected to the government. He's just a lawyer who's been hired by people to sue. And then the clients of Busby, and then the other lawyers and clients that are out there making civil claims. Those people are not parties to the criminal case. And like I said earlier, it's not even clear that the people who are suing in civil court, meaning for damages against Sean Combs, are even going to be named victims, witnesses in the criminal case. Now, it would make a lot of sense that the government would reach out to these other folks. I'm sure that's happened. And saying, hey, you're identifying yourself as a victim and you're suing Sean Combs. Do you want to cooperate with us? What do you know? And they may end up being part of the criminal trial, but we don't know that at this point. And the court really doesn't have much authority over these other people because they're not parties and not
Hollywood is in full-blown panic mode after the video leak. The city of glitz and glam turned into a battlefield overnight, with A-listers scrambling to distance themselves from Diddy, Twitch, and, of course, their own skeletons. The chaos was palpable. Publicists were working overtime, agents were stress-eating caviar, and celebs were changing their phone numbers faster than Taylor Swift changes boyfriends. It was like watching a mass exodus, as once loyal friends of Diddy were suddenly unable to recall his name or unfollowed him faster than a Kardashian's latest endorsement deal. And while Diddy's empire, built over decades, now looks as unstable as a Jenga tower in an earthquake, some of his closest allies are eyeing him with a side eye, unsure if they're ready to go down with the ship. Deals were canceled, endorsements pulled, and his fan base is thinning out quicker than an Instagram influencer's fake followers after a scandal. Diddy might be at the crossroads of losing his bad boy title, with the risk of becoming just another casualty of Hollywood's relentless gossip machine. As for Twitch, while he dodged the worst of the fallout, the streets are saying that his career isn't entirely out of the woods. Being linked to the scandal, even as a victim, has its own consequences. It's the classic guilt by association effect. Twitch may have escaped the worst, but some of his gigs are hanging by a thread, and his brand's future could be up for grabs. One thing's clear, this scandal is shaking up Hollywood like never before, and no one is walking away unscathed.
Because his lawyer has been out there justifying the oil at Costco and doing all this stuff, so which is it, right? You can't have it both ways. You can't be out there defending in the press and putting your own stuff, or can you? How does that work? If everyone's allowed to sort of say what they want, is he allowed to? Is that the best move moving forward? What would you advise, I guess, to his team? Is this a smart move, or does this make it look like he's silencing us all, which to me isn't a good look?
Yeah, I mean, there's rules on pretrial publicity by lawyers in the United States, and we have to remember. Federal government did a press conference. Southern District of New York prosecutor came out and made a press conference. We all watched that. And it was powerful and, specific. And so the government's doing this too. The thing is that really what these publicity rules do allow for is to saying, hey, if you're a witness, please come forward, help the government. Or Combs' attorney can say, if you're a witness, please come forward and cooperate with us in our defense. So that's an appropriate use of pretrial publicity, is to get that, other people out there to cooperate. Again, they do have to be very careful in the type of statements that they're making. The baby oil, buying it in bulk from Costco is just silliness. Again, the federal court that can clamp down on these lawyers that are involved for Combs and the U.S. government. But here, this letter is attacked. It's, towards the news media, which there's zero authority to do anything about, and other people who just happen to have claims against him who are not, at this point, named necessarily as victims in the criminal case. So again, it just seems like he is getting pummeled. He's got an avalanche of negative information against him, and he's trying to kind of basically unbury himself. But I don't think this is going to do it.
Yeah, it's interesting because this Damien guy, the agent, has responded. The defendant, citing no authority, evidence listed that such an order would bind any local and federal law enforcement agents assisting any aspect of the investigation or any related grand jury proceedings, including but not limited to the Department of Homeland. The proposal was plainly overbroad as it would require the government to be held accountable. Potentially thousands of agents in an independent law enforcement agency over whom the government has no authority or oversight. The Homeland Security employs over 200,000 individuals, as it states here. It basically just says this order would be impossible to enforce. Do you agree with this? Is this a silly thing? How do you think this is going to net out?
Yeah, I think it is silly. We kind of understand that there's a lot of high-profile cases. We cover these all the time, and they are able to find jurors. Look at Depp Heard. They found, some people might say, oh, that was a bad example, but we have high-profile cases all the time, intense media coverage, and they find jurors who say that they either don't know anything about the case because they just don't follow the news, or if they've heard things, are able to set that aside and follow the judge's instructions and base their verdict on the evidence that's presented. At least they're going to swear, hey, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So even me, like I say, you and I have heard all this stuff. It's like, okay, I could serve on the jury. It's like, because I don't believe what people say, just because they say it. It's like I would be able to serve on the jury because I would listen to the evidence.
Yeah.
So even me that's heavily involved in following this, it's like, okay, the guy sounds guilty, but I would be willing to have an open mind and listen to the evidence and make a verdict.
Yeah, it is all about
I
the
don't
due
think
process.
this threatens his ability to get a fair.
This scandal is a potential game changer, threatening to dismantle the very foundation of Hollywood. It's revealing the hidden, murky underbelly of the industry, full of lies, shady deals, and power struggles that many would prefer to keep behind closed doors. What started as whispers has now grown into a full-blown storm, with more than just a few careers in jeopardy. It's like someone swept through, clearing out all the cobwebs, and there are plenty more where those came from. But here's the kicker. While both sides of this drama scramble to contain the fallout, it seems like the real damage might be just beginning. Rumors are circulating that Diddy's infamous Black Book might be far more packed than anyone anticipated, and if those secrets come out, Hollywood could be in for some even bigger revelations. The stakes are high, and the only thing certain right now is the need for more popcorn as this drama unfolds. Twitch's camp is trying to remain composed, focusing on the facts, while Diddy's team insists these accusations are all part of a malicious smear campaign. However, the situation is messier than a toddler's spaghetti dinner, and it's clear that both sides are working overtime to control the narrative. But don't think this is over. It's only just beginning. Hollywood, with all its twists and turns, has a way of making even the wildest tea seem tame by tomorrow. The big question everyone's asking: who will make it through unscathed when the dust finally settles?
People were looking at him saying, why are you supporting this woman? And I think that is just a lot of pressure. Human beings are not designed to handle that much pressure. And when I was talking about my experience, his face was like, I know. And he was just like, it's a lot. Like
I said, when you have people that are close to these people and they say things, it's like, come on, man. Because we're on the outside looking in. And a lot of these people, you don't know what kind of conversations they be having and all that. So a lot of these people know a lot. These people that are close to them, they vent to them because they trust that they're not going to say anything. So it's like, it's a lot, man.
Oh, honey, it looks like we're just scratching the surface of this scandal. If my crystal ball's right, the plot twist ahead is going to be wilder than we ever imagined. Word on the street is that neither Diddy nor Twitch might be the real masterminds in this mess. No, the true puppet master could be lurking behind the scenes, pulling the strings like an all-powerful force no one saw coming. This tea party isn't over, darling, far from it. So keep those eyes wide open and ears to the ground, because the real culprit might just be a shadowy figure we haven't even been introduced to yet. As the drama unfolds, expect the heat to turn up even more, and trust me, the next revelation could be explosive. Stay tuned, because we're all in for a wild ride.
You may have heard this summer there were allegations of a toxic work environment at our show, and then there was an investigation. I learned that things happened here that never should have happened. I take that very seriously, and I want to say I am so sorry to the people who were affected. I know that I'm in a position of privilege and power, and I realize that with that comes responsibility, and I take responsibility for what happens at my show. This is the Ellen DeGeneres Show. I am Ellen DeGeneres. My name is there. My name is there. My name is on underwear. We have had a lot of conversations over the last few weeks about the show, our workplace, and what we want for the future. We have made the necessary changes, and today we are starting a new chapter.
Just haven't seen the show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that? Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like, what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party.
Uh-huh.
Again, just trying to inform myself. I ain't saying this stuff is true. I'm just saying it's not going to shock me if it is. I could honestly see that being the case. Like I said, just because of the strong connection between Ellen and Diddy. You know, I mean, we're talking about Hollywood here. I said it's all connected. You know, I do feel like, I mean, when you see Twitch, and I went to the Ellen show a couple of times, and, you know, this was before, of course, I knew everything that was going on, but they do seem real tight. They do. And to me, it's like, it's hard for me to believe that you can be so close to someone and not know what's going on behind the scenes. And if you do know what's going on, especially with all these dark allegations, the first thing you would want to do is separate yourself from that person. And the fact that, you know, they were still tight and close, it just makes you wonder. You know, like the fact that she knows, saying that she ain't been to a party, but she know about the parties, what goes down at the parties, but you still bringing this man on the show. And it's crazy, like you hear the crowd cheering and all that. Comment below, man, what y'all think.